What's up, team? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today we're doing something awesome. It's the Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme, but we made it at home and it's extra delicious. I'm gonna show you how to make it. It's super easy. Follow these steps and you will find success. Now let's get started. What do we need to make our Crunchwrap Supreme? Well, we need some ground beef. I've got some leftover ground beef. You know, this is how we do. We got some tomatoes that we're gonna dice. We got some onions that we're gonna dice. We got some cilantro. And we've got 2 avocados, because guess what? There's a bonus in this video. We're gonna make some delicious, easy guacamole to go on the side of our delicious Crunchwrap Supremes. We got jalapeno and lime for the guacamole. We got our iceberg lettuce shredded. We got our Mexican cheese. We got our flour tortillas. We've got our tostadas. That's gonna go in the middle, that's key. Then we have some seasoning. We've got our salt. We've got our turmeric. We've got our smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and don't forget sour cream. Don't forget, we've also got our cumin. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna prepare our beef. Throw it in the bowl, easy peasy. Then we have to add our seasonings. We're gonna start with a little bit of salt, just a little bit. You can always add more later to taste. We're gonna add a cumin. You're gonna have to figure out your ratios yourself, just kind of guesstimate how I'm doing it. I'm adding some cumin, some of this, some of that. You know how I do it. We're all expert enough here. We're adding some onion powder here. 1.5 teaspoons here of each ingredient. That's garlic powder. We're adding our garlic powder. We're gonna add some turmeric, paprika in there, and that's all there is to it. Pretty easy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up with my hands. We're just making a couple of these today, so we don't really need, we made a couple yesterday, came out real good, so we're making a couple more for the video today. That's why we have such little beef. It's just the leftover beef. Obviously, you're gonna wanna use more ingredients if you are making more of this. All right, so I've preheated some olive oil on medium in my pan. I'm just gonna add my beef. Next up is my delicious signature quick and easy guacamole recipe. Now follow close because it's gonna go fast. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with 2 little avocados here. We're gonna cut them open right down the middle as usual. Boom, 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 boom. Then go ahead and bust this guy open. Grab your nut here, pop that guy off. Once we got our avocados open and seeded, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna cut some lines in there, because the way I like my guacamole is I like it kind of chunky. This actually helps in the process of mixing your avocado into a guacamole, because it's already kind of broken down into these little cubes. And you only have to mix it a little bit and it still stays chunky. So there we go. Let me check on my...
A few inches later.
All right, so now that I've got my avocado kind of sliced up already, pre-sliced, I'm just gonna peel it off from the skin. And then you get these nice pieces in there. So take that, get it all out. I'm gonna add some cilantro here. So just gonna rough chop some cilantro, a good amount of it, because I like cilantro in my guacamole. Cool, that's good enough. Throw that in the bowl. Next up, I've got my onion here. I've cut it in half. I'm just gonna go down this way. Then add some slices going like that. And then we're just gonna dice it. Dice about 1/4 onion in there for this amount of food. Gonna give it another rough chop. Make sure we don't have any big pieces in there. Onion goes in. Next up, tomato. We cut the tomato down the middle, just like so. I like to gut it out, so I just cut it like this, cut it around like that, and then cut it up in the middle, and then get all the seeds and water out. You could also use a spoon. I like the knife because it's sharp and I'm already using the knife, but you can take a spoon and kind of gut it like so and get it out. Guacamole is to be watery. So the way we cut the tomato, you're just gonna cut into thin slices like that. And then turn around, get it lined up, and then cut it into cubes. We're dicing it. Nice size for guacamole. You also have to add your jalapeno. So I take my jalapeno like that, cut it down the middle. You can take the seeds out if you want, because that's like extra spicy. Probably some people don't want to have that in their guac. Then cut it into strips like this, and then just cut it into a little, basically dicing your jalapeno up like that. And we add that into the guac. In my bowl, I have my onions, my tomato, my cilantro, my avocado. Next up, I'm gonna add about half a lime of juice. Add as much lime as you like to have. I mean, if you like extra lime in your guacamole, feel free to add more. I juice like a savage. I'm gonna add some garlic powder. Sprinkle a good amount of garlic powder on there for seasoning. Add some onion powder on there. I'm also gonna add a little bit of smoked paprika. I like the smoked paprika and like everything, but it's good in here as well. And then just a little tiny bit of salt, not too much, just a sprinkle of salt, like about that much should be good. Now you're just gonna mash everything together. So just basically start mixing it. Coming in. I'm done mixing, and I'm gonna take a taste of my guacamole. It's so good. Perfect. Not too salty. Make sure you don't add too much salt. Add salt at the end. Just don't add too much salt because that will totally ruin your guacamole. Add a little bit at a time. Taste it as you go along. Dice some more tomatoes, a little bit more onion for what's gonna go inside of the actual Crunchwrap Supreme. Of course, you could dice it all at the same time. Up to you. I'm just doing it separately because it's two separate things. Guacamole and Crunchwrap Supreme. Let's go. So more diced tomatoes. Let's get to it. Okay, next up, we're gonna dice some more onion. All right, so we're getting ready to assemble our Crunchwrap Supreme and put it all together. One thing you need to add though, some queso sauce if you like. Kind of need it, pretty good. I'm gonna microwave mine a little bit before we get started. All right guys, we're ready to assemble our Crunchwrap Supreme. We're gonna start by warming up our tortilla. That way it doesn't rip when we start doing stuff to it. Come on. To warm it up, all you gotta do is turn your stove on, low heat or medium heat, whatever heat you want. Let it sit there for a little bit, flip it over. You can use a pan if you want. I like doing it Authentico style. Just give it a little bit. It works real fast. A little bit here and there. You should be good to go. Got my heated tortilla here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with some beef. I'm gonna add some of my ground beef that I just cooked onto the tortilla. About that much should do it. Go ahead and try to get it in the middle. It'll all even out at the end anyways, but try to get it even from the beginning. Then I'm gonna add some of my queso cheese here, nacho cheese or whatever you have, just like that. Good amount, I like it, I'm a cheesy guy. We're taking our tostada. Now my tostadas are a little bit too big for my tortilla. If you have a bigger tortilla, you can use this standard size. But what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm just gonna break off the edges of this tostada to make it a little bit smaller. We reduce the size of the tostada, that's about good. Don't worry if it cracks when you're doing anything to it. It's all gonna be inside anyways. We're gonna grab some sour cream. I'm gonna get about a spoonful of it, get it out on there. Just get my sour cream kind of spread out. We'll grab some of our shredded iceberg lettuce here. Good amount of that. Tomatoes here. Grab some of our onions and a little bit of cilantro. That looks good, doesn't it? We're gonna add some of our Mexican blend cheese here. About that much. And I like it right there at the top because that's gonna melt and seal the top of this tortilla together once we wrap it up. Before I wrap my Crunchwrap Supreme, I'm actually preheating my pan here. This is what I'm gonna cook my Crunchwrap Supreme on. And I'm preheating it and then I'm gonna wrap it. And as soon as I'm done wrapping it, I'm just gonna throw it on here and seal the deal, okay? Now for wrapping, check which side has the least amount of space and just start there. And then just fold over like kind of like triangles. So you go like this and you pull it over, and you hold it, and you pull the next bit over and you hold it, and you pull the next bit over and you hold it. Keep going like that. Try not to rip your tortilla. It can be sensitive at times. Once you make it to this point, you're gonna have to do like a little bit of this thing here. And that's how I do it. Try to tuck it in, just like that. Now, I like to flatten it out a little bit. As you can see here, I have my Crunchwrap Supreme all folded up. I'm gonna turn it face down. And I'm just gonna press it a little bit here. Bada bing, bada boom. Now let it sit until it gets nice and sealed up, a little bit toasted, and then flip it over. All right, guys, so the Crunchwrap Supremes are done. They're ready to eat. Let's give it a taste test. Well, actually, first, let me take a look at this. I mean, look at how it came out. Nice and toasted on the top, got a little bit of brown. As you can see here, that cheese that I put in the middle, that kind of sealed up that middle area where all of the edges of the tortilla didn't meet. That sealed it all together so it doesn't fall apart, which is real nice, and that's why I do that. This one's a little bit bigger than the other one. I'm gonna go with this one. This one looks really good. I'm gonna put a little bit of sour cream on there, a little bit of my guacamole. I know I have sour cream in there already. I just love sour cream. Give that a bite. That's good. See all that queso cheese in there? You got the onion coming in, giving it a bite. Good old helping of condiments. I mean, tastes like a Crunchwrap Supreme, but better because I made it at home. It's way more fresh and I control the ingredients. You can make it as big as you want. You can make with steak, chicken, any other toppings that you want to put in there that you like. I'm thinking I could do like an Asian style one or anything like that, but this is just bomb. It's like nachos and tacos put together in quesadillas. That's so bomb. Jackpot. All right, guys, so that is how you make a Crunchwrap Supreme at home, quick and easy, and you got a bonus guacamole recipe in there as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you try it at home. You've got to try this Crunchwrap Supreme. It's absolutely awesome. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. It's free. It takes like 2 seconds, and we absolutely love it when you do that. Oh, and by the way, if there's a video you want to see us make, any crazy ideas, crazy recipes, or anything like that, or want us to review a product, leave it in the comments down below, and we'll make a video about whatever it is that you want us to make a video about. And we'll shout you out in the video. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bow!